I used to use a lot of makeup wipes, a lot, and I didn't really...
I'm inclined to believe her, but am I a gullible idiot? Oh my god, what a coincidence! And then I was like, wait, Cassandra, check yourself. It wasn't a coincidence. It was just good PR timing. So today, let's react. And for those who don't know or are new here, hello, I am a pineapple who lives under the sea. Just kidding. My name is Cassandra Bankson. I'm an expert and have been in the industry for over 10 years, and I've suffered with acne for over 15 years. I became a medical esthetician to understand and embrace my skin and to help other people understand theirs, which is why I've enjoyed working alongside and with doctors and dermatologists and reacting to skincare routines like this to analyze, scrutinize, and learn from them. So let's react. We know there's gonna be Fenty skin in here. We know it, but I'm excited to see what else she uses or how her skincare routine has changed.
Hey, I'm Rihanna. Hey, I'm Rihanna, and I want you to go to bed with me.
Rihanna, I want to go to bed with you too, but I think I've been pronouncing your name wrong my entire life.
So the first step is obviously getting all of this makeup off and cleansing my skin. Good news is our total cleanser is a 2-in-1. It's a makeup remover and a cleanser. So whether you have makeup on or not, it can remove just dirt and oil or break all of the makeup down and remove it in one step. And also, I'm always in a hurry, so see that? Quick.
She's totally right. The packaging in this line is A+. It is high caliber. And out of all of the products that I tried, the cleanser was okay. Again, it wasn't the worst cleanser in the world. It reminded me of Ulla Henriksen. And again, because I have acne-prone skin, it wasn't made for my skin type. That being said, I found that it didn't remove things like waterproof mascara or eyeliner or lipstick very well. Especially for me, when I go full cake face to try to cover up my acne scars, this cleanser did not cut it for me. Her skin also has a much better, I guess you would say, base than mine does, so she probably doesn't have as much to cover up, which again, you should never feel obligated to do. But sometimes my brain just wants to pack 40 shades of cake onto my epidermis. The ones that I would call it comparable to are these, especially this one from Ulla Henriksen. If you enjoyed any of these, you will love this. But if you hated these, this Fenty one probably isn't for you.
Usually if I'm not wearing makeup, I'll try to wet my face first and then start my routine, lathering it down. But since I have makeup on, I'm gonna lather it in my hands so that I can start breaking it down with my hands in a circular motion. So usually I like to go around the edges before my eyes, but I got a little too excited. So this is me, one wash, and my skin feels really supple.
I'm actually shocked that so much of her makeup came off. Again, maybe we're using different brands, but my face did not look this clean, even after a couple times of using this with a full face of makeup. She's totally right. You don't have to wet your skin before putting a cleanser on. Again, like dissolves like in chemistry. So if you're wearing water-based makeup or if you're using something water-based, go ahead and put water on first. But oil and oil also mix. So if you do have oil-based makeup or an oil-based cleanser, go ahead and put that on dry skin. That's gonna allow it to actually do the work to break down those particles, and then you can rinse them and remove them from the skin and continue on with your routine.
Our total cleanser adds nutrients right back into your skin, so you don't get that dry, strippy feeling. You know, I've used cleansers in the past where I was afraid to even smile because I thought my face would crack. Not here, not up in here.
She is correct about this. I found this cleanser to be very non-stripping. When we look at the ingredients, they back that up. Specifically, this cleanser uses sodium cocoa glycinate as well as cocamidopropyl betaine. Now, both of these are more hydrating to the skin, but they're surfactants. And basically, in skincare, the main role of surfactants are to help different things mix together or to help bind to oil or little fatty particles and wash them away. In contrast to surfactants, if you see things like sulfates, like sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, or SCS, those are a bit more foaming, and therefore they do tend to be a bit more stripping. I also want to make it clear that sulfates are not always a bad thing. They're not an ingredient that we should demonize. However, I understand that a lot of people want to avoid them, or if you have dry skin, that you might want to avoid them. Test out cleansers. See which ones actually work on your face. If they leave your face feeling super, super tight, could be the product, but it could be that you also have naturally dry skin. And if after 5 or 10 minutes your skin goes back to feeling kind of like butter or cookie dough, or if it gets super oily, you probably have combination to oily skin.
Some of the best tips that I've gotten for skincare, and of course practiced, hydration. So whether it's drinking a lot of water, or I travel a lot, so my skin gets dry on the plane and I need to stay hydrated.
I actually did a test where I brought a barometer and a humidity meter onto a plane to see how dehydrating the air actually was. But what she's talking about is no joke, and I love that she's actually listening to her skin. I think she's one of the only celebrities who has a celebrity skincare line that is actually using their line and contributed to the marketing and some of the key ingredients in the line, whereas most celebrities do not do that. So seeing that she's taken time to learn, to listen to her skin, and to actually put those things into play in her real life is appreciated. And kind of unusual, sad enough to say.
One of my favorite products from Fenty Skin, it's our Fat Water, which is a toner, but it's a 2-in-1 product. The Fat Water is a toner, it's also a serum. So I called it Fat Water because unlike most toners, this one just sits in your hand like that. So by now, most of my toners would have already ran through my fingers, and you know, it forces you to kind of use like cotton pads and stuff like that. This one, you really could just put it right in your hand and break it into your skin.
This is one thing that when the marketing came out with this, I was like, wait, a toner serum, it's an essence. Just call it an essence. This was probably inspired by, again, her own use of the product, what her skin needs, and also from K-Beauty. But I did think that this was a pretty cool product. Again, it wasn't my favorite from the line. If you are someone who enjoys Glossier, I think that you will love this product. But if you're someone who, again, is looking for more clinical or treatment-based, there's really not much in here that's gonna do a lot for you. It does have niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. These can, again, impart some of that hydration to the skin. Niacinamide especially can even help with oil control. The product says pore refining, which when I think about it, that's kind of a funny marketing term. Again, I'm picking that apart because I have experience in cosmetic chemistry, in skincare, in aesthetics, and aesthetic medicine. So I do come from a little bit more of a critical background. So when I saw that, I was definitely very critical. I was like, what do you mean pore refining? But she's completely right, especially when it comes to the feel of it. It is a very cool formula. The package has that little belly button on it so that you're not wasting product. And I love what she's bringing up about being eco-friendly. If you don't have to use a cotton pad in order to apply this to your skin, just emulsify it in your hands and pat it on.
It does not strip away your skin. It leaves moisture in your skin. It adds moisture to your skin. And you're gonna see that when it dries down. And of course, what toners are really, really made for is refining and reducing pores. My favorite, because the smaller the pores, the younger you look. And at 32, I like to keep tight, you know what I'm saying?
For a celebrity skincare line, my review of this was like a 9 out of 10. But again, for a regular skincare line or for a treatment skincare line, I wasn't as impressed, and I would say it's like a 6 out of 10. And again, that is based on my needs and my expectations looking for active ingredients. She also mentioned the purpose of a toner. I would say that this is a great explanation of an essence, you know, to kind of refine pores and to keep everything hydrated. A toner's real purpose is to tone the skin, to balance the pH. You see, the pH or potential hydrogen of our skin can change, and it normally likes to hang out between a 5 and a 6. And toners are also built to help other products after them penetrate deeper, again opening those pores and allowing the skin to rebalance so that other things can go on better and more effective. I don't believe that this toner does all of that. I do think that this is an essence, but again, each person's skincare routine is going to need something different. And Rihanna obviously likes the idea of glow, hydration, and keeping her pores tight looking.
We've already broken down the makeup with, by the way, no makeup wipes, check that. And we've put the toner on, it's drying down, no cotton pads, so we're saving the earth. I used to use a lot of makeup wipes, a lot, and I didn't really realize what that was doing to the planet. And so I think it's kind of a wrap for makeup wipes.
We love an eco-conscious queen who puts her money where her morals are. I understand that being able to afford eco-friendly skincare is sometimes a luxury and that not everyone has that privilege. However, the fact that she's making an effort, the fact that she learned about makeup wipes and actually stopped using them, I'm personally so impressed because I feel like, especially as humans, it's hard for us to make changes, especially if they disrupt our way of living or our ease of living. So the fact that she's done that and then worked to create products that allow her to do that and then sits here and spreads this message to the millions of people who follow her and look up to her is so important.
And that brings me into our third step, which is a product that I'm really proud of. Fenty Skin Moisturizer has an added sunscreen, SPF 30, and our SPF is coral reef friendly. Get that? So another big thing about SPF moisturizers and sunscreen in general is that it usually leaves this really white cast and a horrible smell. But I also want all women of all skin tones and all colors to be able to use this moisturizer without that gray white cast being left behind. So as you can see, it's already starting to like disappear on my hand. And I just like, it feels so good that you just want to leave your hands there just like this.
I'm actually a little bit surprised that she's applying a sunscreen moisturizer at night. This, I mean, I know it's part of the Fenty Skin lineup. It says that this is not sponsored, which I am inclined to believe. Maybe I'm gullible, or, you know, maybe I should actually believe it. And of course, this is her line. I love that she loves it, but I am actually genuinely curious. Do you use other products on your face? Does she use other things other than her own line? I'm trying to kind of rack my mind for the literature. There's nothing really wrong with applying a sunscreen at night, but sunscreen does degrade. It has to be applied on average every 2 to 3 hours. I would see this as like a waste of a sunscreen moisturizer product. I'm glad that she likes it as a sunscreen, but I really think that she should create a moisturizer at night that works for her, that she can launch and share, or maybe look at another brand that has something that serves her skin, but that doesn't have sunscreen in it, because like, why waste it? I love that it's reef safe though. That makes me so happy.